Hello and welcome to the annual Hart Women's Lacrosse Media Day. I am your host and Hart correspondent, Reagan Harrell. Next up, we will chat with the newest member of the Hart Women's Lacrosse League, and that is Mount Mercy University head coach Angelia Blythe and Taylor Varans. And we just went over those pronunciations. My apologies there. But Coach Taylor, thank y'all so much. How are y'all today?
Great. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Coach, you're one in the program about to kick off in the heart of America. How are things going, and how excited are you to have your first season women's lacrosse in Mount Mercy history?
Yes, we're very excited. It feels like a long time coming. We've been at this now, when you add in the year of recruiting, year of building the program, it's been a long time. So it's finally here, finally hit the ground running, and we're just really, really excited.
Awesome. Well, Coach, introduce us to Taylor. Tell us what she means in building your program.
For sure. So this is Taylor, and Taylor is actually was the very first recruit here at Mount Mercy. So everyone on the team is very special to me, but Taylor definitely has a really special place in my heart because she really put a ton of faith into what this program was going to be. She came to a school that we did not have a club team. We had no lacrosse here at all. And she put her faith in this program. She put her faith in this university and was willing to be that very first person to sign and commit to our school way back in the fall of 2022. So it was a while ago that she signed, and yeah, so she's very special to our program. And yeah, she's been awesome to just really encourage the other teammates. She goes back to her old high school and helps recruit for me. She's bringing more kids from Nebraska over here for me. And yeah, she's just been a ball of energy to really get this program up and running. And I really can't thank her enough for putting her faith in me and in this program. And yeah, really excited to finally actually get to be out there and playing in the games now.
Well, Taylor, tell us what that opportunity means to you. I mean, being part of the first team, being the first recruit in Mount Mercy Women's Lacrosse program history. Just tell us a little bit about that honor and being a part of Mount Mercy history.
Yeah, it's something that you get to build. I think that's really exciting. You kind of can put in your own ideas or how you kind of want this team to go. And it's just a different, and you've got girls all over the country. So it's you have all those ideas or different ways that you were taught, and you can bring those from your club team, you can bring those into this new program, which is exciting to do.
Well, speaking of exciting, I'm sure you're very excited for the first game. What are the emotions you're feeling leading up to the first game?
I'm really excited, just a little bit nervous, but it's been a dream of mine to play collegiately. So I'm really just excited to start the first game.
Well, tell us a little bit about the process you coming into playing college lacrosse. How'd you start playing, and what is it about the sport that made you want to continue on in college?
Well, I started my freshman year of high school. A friend told me of lacrosse, and I'm like, what the heck's lacrosse? So I looked it up, and I'm like, that looks interesting. So I went to a practice, and I just fell in love with that right off the bat. It's just very fast paced. And I mean, every team you get to build a community or a family with that. But I feel like just lacrosse is special, especially being from Nebraska. You don't hear about lacrosse very often. So it's something, I get to spread to Nebraska as well and then also play for that.
That's incredible. I mean, just being, it seems like you're going to be kind of an ambassador for the sport and growing it in a sport that is growing. That's incredible. Coach, talk to us a little bit about the process of starting this program. How much have you enjoyed the grind of starting the program at Mount Mercy?
Yeah, you're right. It's been a grind. There's been, as any new program, it's always good days and bad days, but the firm belief that I've had from the very beginning is that if this program is going to be successful, we have to start with a firm foundation. And the players are aware of this. We've been talking about it for the last year of, how are we going to to really set that foundation and build that foundation, because then we can continue building on that. But you can't start building a house if you don't have a strong foundation. And so that's been our focus this first season, has really been, okay, what are the core values of our team? What are the things that are goals that we're going to be having for this season? Who are we? Who is, who is Mount Mercy women's lacrosse? Like, nobody knows who we are. So we get to decide, who we're going to be. And when we step out on that field, how we're going to really carry the name of Mount Mercy women's lacrosse. And that's a really unique opportunity. You don't have that very often. Most of the time you come into a team that's already established. So there's already some history there, good and bad, that comes with that. And so I've, told all of the team, we have a completely blank slate, and we can create whatever we want. And that's been awesome to see these players and what they want to create with that. I never wanted it to be my team. I wanted it to be, what do these players want this team to look like? And so I've really done a lot of stepping back and trying to let the players figure that out on their own, of who they want to be and what type of team they want to become. Because someday I'll leave, but this program will still be here. And so it's important that it's built by the players, not just by one person of the coach. And so that's been something really exciting to see, especially over the last few months, as the team, I think, has really, even in this last month, has really come together and really bonded and became a family that I'm very, very proud of.
That's awesome to hear. Well, tell us a little bit about the team. What are some strengths and who are some players that we should be watching out for this year?
So every player, watch out for all of them. Every single player really does bring a lot of different strengths. I think it was great to have the fall season, because that was really helpful for people to figure out, what position they really fit in. Our defense has changed since the fall. Our attack has changed since the fall, and just kind of figuring out who best fits in which piece. I think something that's cool about college, these one players come in from high school, and I may have recruited them for defense. We have a player, I recruited her for a low D, and she's taking our draws now, because with this team, that's where she fit the best. And so it's so much of a team sport. It's not an individual sport at all. And so you figure out what is your strength to help the team. And that's what we talk about a lot is, what are you going to bring that's going to help build the team up? Because it's not just about you. It's not just about me. It's about what's best for the team as a whole. And so we've had some shifting of different positions, but yeah, I'm excited. I mean, every player that we have out on that field is a threat. So I'm excited for you guys to see the team.
Well, Taylor, tell us a little bit about the facilities there at Mount Mercy. How much have you enjoyed playing on that nice turf field? And obviously, you're excited to start playing some real games on there against someone other than your teammates.
Yeah, the field's really nice. I really like it there. And just like being on that field, it's like kind of like I made it moment of I get to play collegiately as well. And the rack is also very nice. That's like our for our weights and stuff. We've also practiced in there, and there's space in there to do that. So
Well, Coach, tell us how important it is when recruiting, starting a program, to have those nice facilities and nice turf field and stadium there on campus.
It is nice, yes, and I love what we have for sure. But to be honest, at the end of the day, it's what I tell all the players, like, you got to find the place that's right for you and that you feel most connected with. And so not to knock on any of our stuff, we have beautiful facilities, we have a beautiful turf field, and that does definitely that helps. But I really believe that the reason that people come to Mount Mercy and stay at Mount Mercy and enjoy being here are the people, and it's the community. And so that's what we talk about in recruiting, and that's why the players get to meet the recruits and things, because at the end of the day, it's the people that come around you and the community that you've entered into, and all the other stuff is extra, and it's bonus. And we're really grateful for the things that we have here for sure. But the number one thing that we have here is the community and the family.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely about the people, not the stuff, but having those, it's just Added on, added
It is.
on
It
top.
is. It's definitely an extra nice thing to be able to show for sure. So
Absolutely. Taylor, tell us a little bit about what you know about the Heart of America Conference and women's lacrosse in the conference, and just how excited are you to be playing in the Heart in your first year college lacrosse?
Well, I know like lacrosse really isn't a big thing around this area, but it is starting to grow, which is exciting to be also a part of that, of growing that lacrosse around, and getting the name out for that as well. So it's exciting to play and to represent.
And Coach, how about for you? What have you heard about the Heart at this level, and what's some of your expectations for the competition you're going to face in the conference this year?
yeah, so we have a lot of really strong teams in the Heart for women's lacrosse. And so for me as a new program, I'm a firm believer that if you want to be competitive, you need to be playing the best of the best. And so I know there's a little bit of maybe anxiety of a couple of teams that we're playing in our conference because of their record and because of the previous things that they've been able to accomplish. And I just tell the girls, like, you set a goal like that. That's the competition that we need to be seeing and we need to be playing against, because yes, we have expectations of a first year program, and you know, our goals are much different than the other goals that teams have in the Heart who have been established for a few years. And so that's completely appropriate, but to be able to see maybe a goal of like, hey, we would love to get to this level of play of certain teams, and to be able to see, you know, well, this is where they were 5 years ago, and look where they have been able to build and what they've been able to become.
Right.
And we can do that too if we put that work in. So yeah, I'm excited to play against really strong teams, because if nothing else, it shows us the, you know, what we have to look forward to and what we have to work towards. If we can put in, you know, the time and the effort and the recruiting, then we can get there as well. And there's so much to be learned by playing at high competitive level teams. It's not about the win-loss right now. It's really more about the exposure to that type of lacrosse. I have, you know, a lot of players who haven't been exposed to that high level of lacrosse yet. And so it's going to be really great for them to be in that game and to really see that play. And like I said, it's not at that point, it's not about the win-loss. It's about really being exposed to that high level of lacrosse that I'm really looking forward to. There's so much for them and myself to learn. I've already learned a lot from all the coaches in the Heart. And so I'm very grateful for everything that they've taught me. And so I'm not as much of a deer in the headlights. They've helped me a lot with figuring out just tons of things with recruiting and games and everything. And so I've really appreciated the coaching staff and the players. So we've already, you know, played at least we had a fall scrimmage, and Culver Stockton was one of the teams that was there, and just the camaraderie that I think the Heart has. You know, yes, we're all competitive, but there's also, at least for lacrosse, there's that level of understanding that we're all here for the same goal, and that's to spread the sport of lacrosse and to give these girls an opportunity to play collegiately. And so when we are all on that same level, like, yes, there's that competitiveness, but there's still that end goal that we all have. And that's something I've really appreciated about the Heart and the Heart coaches, is that we all have the same goal, and we just really want to spread this sport and continue really building up the sport and giving these girls more and more opportunity to play.
And Taylor, last question for you. Just looking off of the lacrosse field, what's your major, and what are some of your career plans for life after Mount Mercy?
I'm a nursing major and I hope to be a postpartum nurse one day. That's really important, like aftercare for the mother and educating the mother as well. So,
That's awesome. Great, great career path. Coach Taylor, thank you so much for the time, and best of luck this season.
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Appreciate it.